Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. So don't forget Nine Wives. The link will be in the description box below. Feel free to order it. We just got accepted into our second film festival. The film is extraordinary, man. It's a phenomenal film, man. What more can I say? Nine Wives. Click the link in the description box, man. And I just got through finished doing the show, and I mentioned this earlier, but it went over people's head. I think because no one mentioned it today in the show. I didn't want to lead with it because people get defensive on me. But I'm gonna tell y'all this: go watch my 30-minute video that I just did earlier today, and I'm gonna tell y'all this: that judge wasn't there by accident. I'm gonna tell you how it works in so many words. Hey, we got this fighter. Oh, you got this fighter? Well, let's get him in the ring. We gonna pay him. We gonna put him in a great location, and we need to find a fighter. And what judges do you know that fit that profile? Oh, don't worry about it. I'll take care of that. So you got so everything is compartmentalized. That way, everyone washes their hands. No one's liable. You guys understand that? No one's liable. And I hope that this is a rude awakening. I really hope that this is a rude. Go watch my Instagram video I just did. Oh, it's on my Instagram too. I mean, it's on my YouTube too. So you got to combine the videos to get this video. It's on purpose, y'all. I know it is. You don't make $1 million mistakes in boxing like that. Not on a lazy Saturday in the middle of the summer where you have no competition. You know what I mean? The Olympics is winding down, preseason football. You don't make mistakes like that. You don't. And I'm here to tell you, that judge was there on purpose. All those tweets, no one knew. They knew she fit the profile they needed for that fighter to. I'm gonna repeat it. She fit the profile of the judge. That judge fit the profile for that fighter to win. This is what I've been trying to tell y'all for years. And now we have another great example. We had the emails from Oscar. I wasn't covering boxing in the early 2000s when that thing went down with Bob Arum and the fixing of the fights, and I was around when Eddie Hearn fixed the fight with Dillian White against Oscar Rivas, with the gloves and everything else. I went down and defended that, but I'm just gonna sit back now because now the onus is on what? The fighters. The onus is on the fans because guess what? Bob Arum don't want to lose his position. Al Haymon don't want to lose his position. Eddie Hearn is fighting for a position. Oscar De La Hoya is losing his position. So you know what's happening? Al Haymon was like, hold up. Bob Arum is close to 90 years old. Oscar don't have any fighters. And Eddie Hearn only has one fighter that he can put in America. If I just hold on, if I can hold on another 3 to 5 years, Oscar's gonna cocaine himself out of boxing. Law averages say Bob Arum may not make it. Eddie Hearn, Canelo's gonna be 34, 35. Anthony Joshua's gonna lose. It's all a game of charades. It's the positive and negative posts going on. You know what I mean? You ever charge your battery? Bob Arum is playing off of Al Haymon. Al Haymon's playing off of Bob Arum. Do they like each other? No. Do they respect each other? Probably not. But they respect the business of boxing and how to stay in boxing. That wouldn't have happened Saturday night if we would have woke up when it happened to what? In the past. With Pernell Whitaker. Y'all remember that? It wouldn't have happened. If we would have took boxing over when Pernell Whitaker got robbed, it wouldn't have happened. Or when Roy Jones got robbed in the Olympics, it wouldn't have happened. You understand what I'm saying? And now we got black men who are just happy to sit at the table. They don't want to take charge. Floyd Mayweather's a billionaire. Al Haymon has trillion-dollar resources. We ain't got to play by their game no more. That's over and done with. We don't need them no more. We can create our own league. Al Haymon took his money to the network. He had Bounce TV. He didn't need them. Floyd Mayweather took his money and invested in one Vanderbilt. He didn't have to. He could have went to Detroit. He could have went to Las Vegas. He could have came to LA and invested all his money. But he went to one Vanderbilt in Lower Manhattan and invested with them people. And now his money is tied up for the next 100 years. He got to go out and make more capital. And that's the truth. We fighting over Republicans and Democrats. It's no power being a Republican. It's no power being a Democrat. There's no power in that for us. They're going to shame you for attempting to... They're going to shame me because they don't want you to be independent. They don't want you to believe you can make it without them. There's no need to talk about my success. It's my joy in my position. I repeat, it's my joy in my position is what they don't like. I have joy. This is my office. Look, this is my office. I got awards all over. Hard work, dedication, no handouts. This is what they don't want y'all to see. They don't want you to see an independent brain with independent thoughts, with independent hands. They don't want y'all to see that. Pernell Whitaker was robbed twice by them Latinos. But who controlled it? That same judge, the same profile of the judge that was there last night. Guess what? Pernell Whitaker, Oscar De La Hoya. Same judge, same profile. And then they did it again in Texas against Chavez Sr. It's going to happen again and again and again and again and again until we get it. Al Haymon had a great, man. And you know how I know? Because I done had a handful of meetings. Not a lot. I can't say I go every month and have meetings with them people. I don't. But I had a couple meetings with them. And I knew they wanted my sauce. I wasn't willing to give them my sauce. I don't care how much they paid me. Because I realized if I keep my sauce, there's no ceiling. It may take me longer to get there. But there's joy in my journey because it's one-on-one. If I give them my sauce, they own me. I come in my house, I'm thinking about my deadline, which makes me a deadbeat dad. I repeat, I'm thinking about the deadline I have to make for them. I come home, I can't be a great father. I'm missing picking my son up at 3 o'clock, taking him to school at 8 o'clock. I can go have lunch with my daughter starts school in September. I can go have lunch with my daughter at noon. Is my check smaller? Absolutely. Would I probably made more money long term, quicker? Yeah. But my son and daughter is going to be far more successful because guess what? We're not sharing. There's no profit sharing. There's no profit sharing in the barbershop. 100% profit, man. So I'm running a race for my kids. I'm running a race for their independence. Do I have a level of independence? Sure. But there's no job. There's no job you'll be able to offer my kids. None. None. Not unless they want to be a doctor or a lawyer that requires education. Outside of that, there's no job you can offer my kids. There's no amount of power you can give my kids. I'm going to convince my kids to choose freedom. I'm going to convince my kids to choose independence. I'm going to convince my kids that, Who cares what your Instagram profile look like? You're free. You don't have to get up 7:30 in the morning and fulfill another man's purpose. We had the opportunity, dog. Ford is a billionaire. Al Haymon is a genius, dog. And that's the truth. What happened last night is a microcosm of the realities of the sport of boxing. And I know it's late. I'm exhausted too. But I just want to share this with y'all. I'm not doing no more fighting and bickering, and because I know the truth. And whether you like it, love it, or hate it, it's totally up to you. Al Haymon's not a bad man. He just chose to sit at their table instead of building his own. And the fighters, if you only fight once 11 months and he pays you 15% more, Al Haymon wins. Because he want to sit at that table. If Bob Arum only allows you to fight once a year, and maybe he pays you more, I don't know, but they winning. Fighters, if you're not fighting 3 to 4 times a year in your prime, you're losing. I don't care what promotional network you're with. You're losing. They control you. No one has, if you're a fighter, you don't have freedom. You can't promote your own fight, pay yourself. Floyd had an opportunity to take over this sport of boxing. Him and Al Haymon. They didn't take over. They gave their power to Showtime and Fox. Steven Espinoza has the right to say no. Steven Espinoza can pull the plug on Showtime Boxing. Fox is pulling the budget. You see the fights that's going on. You see the fights that's going on Fox now. We don't see no A-level stars. Why you think Keith Thurman don't have a date yet? They can't afford them. Why you think PBC only fight once a year? They can't afford for you to fight 3 times a year. If you take your power back, you can. And I know I'm using PBC as an example, but this PBC gets y'all attention. But the same thing goes for Top Rank, DAZN. I don't like when I tell y'all this and I'm proven right, it actually hurts me. Like, I don't want to be right long term, but I can see the writing on the wall. The LDBC should have been aligned with PBC. I'm gonna keep it a buck. New media should have been aligned with PBC. PBC should have invested in new media. PBC should have invested in the LDBC, man. They didn't. They chose to hire Mike Coppinger. They chose to hire Brian Kenny. And we're still saying PBC is a black network. It's not. They got the most black fighters. And they're going to pay. Al is going to pay because, and realistically, you're not getting paid more. You know what he's doing? Are you ready for it? You're not paying promotional fees. And he might throw an extra 5% on there. You're not paying the 20% Bob Arum would take. You're keeping that 20%. He's a genius. He's a genius. Al Haymon is a genius. So what's 20% more in $1 million? 200,000. So you get 1.2. Whereas if you're on Top Rank, you get 800,000 because Bob Arum takes the 20%. So there's a $400,000 cushion. That's a lot of money, but it's not coming out of Al Haymon's pocket. Al Haymon has a guarantee. He has a salary with Fox. Bob Arum has a salary with ESPN. Eddie Hearn has a salary with stock options at DAZN. They all winning. And guess what? When I got gray in this beard, you know who's still going to be here? God willing. Not because of what they do, because I don't want them to die. I'm not wishing death upon anybody. But you know who's going to be here? Eddie Hearn and Al Haymon. Oscar going to be long gone, man. You know, he does it to himself. So I just want y'all to know that judge that was there last night was there on purpose. They knew her profile. You don't think judges follow each other? You don't think sanctioning bodies follow each other? You don't think promoters follow that sanctioning body? I want to thank Boxing Ego for doing an extraordinary job. I want to thank everyone else. I saw Blue Blood, Boxing Knee. Those are two videos that I saw in addition to myself. Those are the two that I saw. You know, we just got done doing a live, and Texas called in. What's up, 682? He called in and said I was right, and it kind of sobered me up, because if I'm right, that means we're losing, and I ultimately want us to win. So this is a call to action to everyone in boxing. Take control. You know, if I'm PBC right now, you know what I would do? I would extend an olive branch to the LDBC. I would extend an olive branch to new media. You know, you can save yourself. You can save yourself. There's no such thing as being too black. I've never heard that on the other side of, oh, you being too this, you're being too that. There's no such thing. We're ashamed because we believe we gotta wear a profile. We have to play their game. Fred don't play that game. I'm either gonna. There's two versions of Frederick. I'm either gonna be the spook by the door, or I'm gonna be loud. I'm gonna be the loud man by the door. Those are two versions of Fred. I've never buckled. I've never been a yes man. And I'm cunning. I do it respectfully, so I last a little bit longer, you know? I could have went AWOL my first year and a half, but I got a good 10 years, 11 years out of it with a credential. Whatever it was, I don't know how long it was, but I lasted long enough. But I knew I was going to be on my own. My editor will tell you. So anyways, man, I love y'all at the end of the day, but this is the truth. It wasn't by accident. She was put there on purpose because her profile fits the description that will allow that fighter to win. Bob Arum and Al Haymon really love each other. They're the positive and negative posts. They keep each other in business. You'll find out at the purse bid. I'll break that purse bid down for you. That purse bid is going to tell you everything you need to know about Shawn Porter and Terrence Crawford. Everything you need to know, it's going to tell you. Guarantee you. And we got to learn to accept the truth. But we got to keep each other in position of power. Moving forward, if you're a black headline in a pay-per-view, you better protect your undercard. You better protect your undercard. Because they're not going to protect you. Canelo ain't going to put you on his undercard. Al Haymon not going to put you on the undercard. He gonna put all Latinos. You gotta have what's that called? Rosetta Stone for an Al Haymon undercard. And you know, and that's the truth. Yeah, I'm gonna go hard. Yeah, I'm gonna go hard for the next 10, 20 days, you know. Mayweather Promotions paying main event fighters $7,500 and you're a billionaire. You invest with those folks for one Vanderbilt and you pay a black fighter $7,500? Yeah, I'm crazy. I'm crazy, but those are degrees. Those are degrees from white institutions that you're looking at above. That's Teacher of the Year, Pan-African Film Festival, and my college degree. But I'm crazy. They convinced you to think that I was crazy. I just played them for as long as I could, and they realized it, and they had to find a way to get rid of me. The same way the Nation of Islam used those JFK comments to get rid of Malcolm. I'm not comparing myself to Malcolm X, but I know that's a polarizing example to get you a knee-jerk reaction. The same way I use Al Haymon's name, to get you a knee-jerk reaction. Because I know y'all got Democratic tendencies. If I say Republican to a Democrat, you get loud, you get defensive. 9 out of 10 black people vote Democrat in the national election. They control you. They control your mind. They control how much money you make. They got you. Barbershop, I gotta go to bed. Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you. But that judge was there on purpose. I'm telling y'all, I'm gone. Peace.